Hi, my name is Sherilyn Dorsey, and I am creator and founder of You're More Than Their Mother, and I teach entrepreneurial moms to reclaim, realign, and rebalance their lives and go after their dreams. So today I want to talk about how we as moms in particular can create a problem, okay? And when I say creating a problem, I'm really kind of talking about, well, I'm really being very general about it, but let's talk about the problem of being overwhelmed, overworked, stressed out, things like that. Let's talk about that because I think that is a problem when you have all of those things going on within you. And I really think, and what I'm finding more and more, the more I talk to people, the more that I am engaged with others and see and just observing what it is that they're doing, I'm noticing that a lot of times moms, we are contributing to the problems that we have, meaning that stress and overwhelm. Case in point. So today I was doing some perusing here on social media and then talking to some people at my daughter's game. And one thing I heard a mom say that it really kind of been consistent, and really the reason it resonated with me, and I'm kind of stuttering and stammering because, of course, one, I don't want to disclose people's names, but two, I really see myself in it, or the old me. So it's definitely no judgment because this is who I was. I'm just every day making a conscious decision to do something different. And what it was is basically they had something going. It was a mom and dad, and they had something going on with their child. One of them, the child was sick. Another one, the child wanted something, or something was going on with her. And in both cases, the mom was going to have to go away. They weren't going to be able to help out. One case, mom was getting on a plane. She was going out of town for work. And another one, she was supposed to be going on a getaway, actually. I think it was with some girlfriends or something like that. But bottom line, they were both going to be pulled away from the situation at hand with their child. And I think as mothers, really just as a person, when you have a child, if they have something going on with them like sick, a fever, something like that, we absolutely want to be there. I think that's what we do as human beings, but certainly as a mother, you done carried this child. You are connected to your child. If something is going on with them, you want to be there for them. But in both of these cases, you all, the dad was right there. They were ready to assist, but the mom was going through all of this guilt for being about to leave them, and they had these situations going on. So they were like, oh my gosh, I'm so stressed out. What is little Johnny, and little Johnny and little Jane gonna do while I'm gone? Mind you, the father is standing right there. In both cases, and what the examples that I'm using, they live with them, they're parents, they're active parents. I don't understand. Well, it was some other parents around them who were saying, oh girl, what are you going to do? Is there any way you can cancel? Maybe you can go next time. Well, I was standing there muted because first of all, I totally disagreed with that. Number one, why is it that you want to cancel your plans when the person who helped you to create this other human being is right there? What are you going to do that they can't do? I don't understand that. To me, we're causing more of a problem because you're going into mode saying, oh, do this for Johnny, do this for Sally, do this for Johnny, and this will help them to be better. Whereas I believe that we can contribute to some things. I also believe that you don't know any more than they know, right? We're all doing the best we can. Moms, dads, and I'm talking about active moms and dads in this case, of course. Certainly they're not going to do it like you, but the truth is they're not you, right? So we have to release our expectation of other people for them to do it. Okay, you feel me? Thank you here for those who are on with me live. But we have to release the expectation of really holding people hostage to what it is we believe that they should be doing. As long as we know it's not counterproductive, they'll be all right. It's not a life and death situation. There is absolutely no reason to me to rearrange any plans for a common cold, for an ear infection. There's nothing outstanding about that. They'll be okay until you get back. Them being with that father or that dad, or to me, you telling them what they should do and even contemplating canceling or rearranging your trip when, number one, you haven't even been asked to do that. And number two, because you haven't been asked and you're superimposing this upon them, it really, what it says without words is that I don't believe that you can do a good job taking care of your own kid. And my question always to moms is, what if that was done to you? What if that person, if your significant other, for example's mother, came up and said, oh girl, this is happening to little Johnny, give her here. And came over your house and took and said, give her here, just give her here. Didn't say you don't know what you're doing, but came over, rearranged her plans and took them, right? Or father-in-law, whatever it is, and took them. Well, for a minute you'll be grateful, but you feel like, well, I know what I'm doing. What do you mean? Now they never said you don't know what you're doing, but their actions suggest or imply that you don't know what you're doing. And so now, guess what? Now we've gone from the issue of little Johnny or little Jane having this issue with their health, be it a common cold, ear infection, whatever the case may be, to the point of a combative conversation centered around the fact that you don't trust me with my own child. And I think that many times, let me go ahead out on a limb and say, I think 98% of the time, that can be avoided. That person is just as much their dad as you are their mom. They will be just fine. And if anything changes, let them call you. Let them call you, and then you can make some plans and say, if they say I'm scared or I need some help, then you jump in. Otherwise, you go ahead, you call in, you check on them, you do what you need to do. But you need to go and take care of what it is you need to take care of, because one, that can cause a problem or some infraction upon future plans it is that you had. Number two, the rejuvenation that you need, the time out, the time away that you need, it causes tension and stress and angst in you that will come out against the people you're talking to, be it family, friends, whatever the case may be. See, a vacation is more than just for you. It's actually for you and everybody around you, because we all need to refuel, right? But if you think that things won't go on properly without you, you're not solving any problems. You're just creating a new one. Okay? And as moms, we really have to relinquish that and really let it go and understand, simply put, that things will go on properly without you. It's okay for you to say, oh no, Johnny has a cold, Jane is not feeling well. It really is. It really is, T. Jones. I see it so much, and I see these moms and things so stressed out behind it, and so much of it can be avoided if we simply looked at it like that and let go of the guilt. Stop saying, I feel so bad I left my baby. Why? You didn't leave them on the street. You didn't leave them to the carpenter to care for. You left them with their father. If he was good enough to make a baby with, he good enough to take care of his baby, right? So I just had to kind of say that and give a different perspective. Absolutely. And I even have friends who are not with the children's father anymore, and they have a relationship where they're in co-parenting situations. The same is true there. Now, of course, the understood in all of these sentences and me talking about all of this is that they love their kid and they're taking care of them and they have the best interest for them. So, of course, that is number one, first and foremost. If you think they're in any kind of danger, of course, that's a non-option then. That's not even on the table. But I'm just talking about those for all intents and purposes, even if they're a knucklehead to you, sometimes they can be a knucklehead to the parent, but they love their kid and you know that they're going to keep them safe. Listen, Johnny or Janie are going to be just fine. They will be just fine, and they want to break from you just as much as you want to break from them. They are people. They are just little people. So just keep that in mind. I hope that situation is true for you, that you have someone, a spouse, significant other, or your child's father that you can trust, that you know that you can trust within your gut, with their child and let them be with that child. I want to give you this example and then I'll be through. I remember, and I think I've said this before, so I'll make it short. But I remember I have 3 girls, and I love being a girl and all of that good stuff. So when I had my girls, I was excited. So they would have bows and ribbons and, pink and be dutied up. Well, my husband was just doting. He dotes over his children, right? So he wanted them with him everywhere. So from the hardware store to the grocery store to shopping, whatever the case may be. Well, I would happily get them dressed. They'd be shining like a new penny. I sent them out the door. You all, it was really, between me and you, it was shameful how they used to come back. If they had ice cream, it'd be in their ear, in their head. They had chocolate, neck stuck together. You know how little kids, cute as buttons, but got fat rolls everywhere. It'd be food all in here. And they come in just as happy as a lark. And they would just be a mess. And my husband, Drew, would always say, right. He would always say, sorry, babe, we had fun though. Oh, the girls would be so excited that most times they'd be knocked out when they come in because he'd be warring them out and taking them and dragging them from pillar to post. You all, what was most important to me? While, of course, if they were with me, they'd have to be a little bit cleaner. But what was most important to me when they were with their dad was, number one, of course, they were safe. That was understood. So that's not even number one. But number one, that they were gone. I was enjoying my time. I enjoyed the time that I had to either do nothing or go somewhere and get my nails done or hang out with my girls or be on the phone or whatever I wanted to do. The second thing that I enjoyed so much about that or was so grateful for, but they were so happy. All they wanted was their dad. They didn't care about those barrettes I was putting in their hair. They didn't care about that pink and, me having them smell like baby lotion. They could care less. What they did care about was the time that they spent with their father. What they do remember are the memories that they created with them. And that is the same case for you, whether they're a live-in dad or not. If they are willing to take care of them, they're going to remember my dad laying down with me. My dad holding me when I was crying because whatever was bothering me. That's what they'll remember. You can't do anything more than they can do. Right? And you don't know any more than they do, despite they meaning dad. Despite what society tells you, we aren't born with some kind of manual that comes in women that teaches us to do something different or more or better than a guy. Cut that mess out. Stop causing yourself all these problems. Problems being stress and overwhelm and angst and all of that good stuff. Allow yourself to be helped, especially if it's that child's father. All right. So I hope that helps you right and meets you right where you are. If you are so inclined, please definitely share this. Thank you so much. It looks like it's resonating. But if you are so inclined, please share this with your friends on Twitter and Facebook. And if you're watching the replay video, leave your questions below or your comments. And we can talk about it if you think something different or if you have something to say to what I said, okay? So thanks so much. Let me head in here to the gym and take care of myself. Alrighty, talk to you later. Until we see each other again, it's time to move beyond everyone else's expectations of who you ought to be and become the woman you thought you could be. Why, thank you, Tiffany. I appreciate that. You all are so sweet. You're awesome too, girlfriend. Alrighty, you all take care. Bye.